What's up, you guys, and happy Monday. So this weekend for me was actually really good. I got a lot of things done. I started my new venture, which is really interesting, and I thought it wasn't going to be a little scary, but it is a little scary. But that's because I haven't got everything worked out yet, so we'll see what happens. Today, I had a couple of really conversations with some really grounded people, or getting there, rather, and it opened my eyes to some things that are going on. And one of the talks I had today on my blog was basically about assumption and being afraid to go after what we need because of conflict and assuming that there's going to be turmoil or it's going to fall apart. And so I want to talk a little bit about assuming the outcome. Okay. A lot of times we're afraid to go after something we want because we have this assumption that the outcome is not going to be the way that we want it or perceive it to be, and it keeps us from what we want. You know, we second guess ourselves. We don't speak our truths. We just get afraid if there's going to be conflict. But I talked a while about conflict and not facing it. How can you ever overcome anything, including your own inner fears, if you can't face conflict? And yes, not all the times we have to give emotion to conflict or make any turmoil or conflict, but we're talking about personal goal conflicts and making things right and getting the negativity out of our lives and fixing those problems that we keep deep-rooted and keep resurfacing and keep going in the same cycle because we're afraid to fix those things because of what we might feel or what the outcome might be. And we're not looking at, no matter what, what's meant to happen will happen eventually. So it's up to you to have that power in your hand to take the control and either make it go your way or in your best interest, or allow it to fall, or the universe to force his hand in something because you was too afraid for the conflict. So back to the assumption. A lot of times we want something or we have done something and we feel that we can't fix something or make something right because we assume the outcome is going to be doomed because all the things that led up to that. But what we don't realize is the reason why we have those assumptions is because we never put ourselves all the way in it, or we never address the things, or we never fix the problems that led to these things. And that's why we just assume, because we never actually went through the process. And when you have those things come, you run from life. You never face anything. You just keep going and adding to the same cycle, and nothing ever gets resolved, and you're unable to elevate at this time. So don't assume things. Don't assume the worst. And this is also about the law of attraction. If you assume the worst is going to happen because you're only putting negativity out there and not the positive. Positive. And when we make fear-based decisions or assumptions, there's never going to be a good outcome. There's never going to be an outcome, okay? If you don't want to assume, gain that knowledge. If you don't want to be afraid of something, gain that knowledge. So you have to acquire the knowledge of the things that you want. And this is what makes solid foundations too, you guys. You guys, a lot of times we're just going because our ego pushes us. And our ego is not our friend. It's not. That's why you have to learn how to have control over your ego. The ego is a small part of your confidence, but when you let the ego lead, you fail. Because you never finish anything. Because ego only keeps leading you. It's like the hound with the carrot at the race. It's just gonna keep leading you for a race because it's nothing. It's just superficial. It's empty. But when we do things with the balance of heart and mind together, and sometimes we do have to make a mind over heart or a heart over mind decision, but when we learn to do those together, we have complete balance and can make better decisions for ourselves and face these things. And they don't even become conflicts anymore. They're not even a challenge. It's just it's just part of the right now to get to our future, and we knock them out. We conquer those things. A lot of times in relationships, and especially toxic ones, we assume too much, and then that assumption becomes denial because we were too afraid to find out what's real. We were too afraid to face those things. We were too afraid of the conflict that might come forward. And no matter what, good and bad, there's always going to be some kind of conflict. It's just how you set the balance and the tone, and you have control of that situation. So I was talking to one of my friends today, and we actually had to, at my job, we had to let someone go today, but she had been avoiding it because they're best friends, and she didn't want the conflict because she thought that basically her relationship with her friend would go to end. And one, if there's someone that you care about and you love and they love you, friend, platonic, work, whatever, and you guys have a mutual respect for each other, there's never going to be a bad outcome because you spoke your truth. And you didn't leave them in the denial of something that wasn't what it's supposed to be. You didn't assume anything. You guys figured it out. It's right there. It's black and white. So there's no fear there. There's no conflict there because everybody spoke their truth. And now we're on the same ground of understanding. This is how things get better and we build stronger foundations. But since a lot of times we don't speak our truths, we don't allow the other person to be heard, or we don't allow the other person to speak their truth or be heard, we just assume. We just assume. And unfortunately, most of us only assume the worst because it's like, well, the worst case scenario, this will happen. And then we start thinking, and now we start manifesting that and making that happen. It's kind of blinding your reality because you're living in a false reality, the assumption. Something's not real. It could be, but you have that kind of control. So, you guys, don't assume. Be strong enough to figure out what it is. Gain that knowledge of what you want. Or what you're trying to achieve. And same thing when you do have wronged somebody, how can you continue to grow and elevate with something so heavy on your heart and your mind, including yourself? When you have self-hate, you can't assume that one day it's gonna get better. You gotta put the work in. You gotta take those steps and fix it, lay a better foundation. And yes, things are in the past. The past is for us to learn and reflect on, not to keep us down and keep dragging us back. You have to learn how to let go of things too, and just assume that things are not get better without putting any work in. That's the insanity, you guys. So just always be straightforward with yourself, at least, and that's where it starts. You can't be honest with yourself, and take responsibility for your actions. To know what your consequences are and your conquests are. You have that control to make the outcome for each. So have that power. Don't fake the funk. Speak up. Give what you're going through. And yes, not everything's going to be roses. But that means it wasn't meant for you. And if you just be quiet for you, soon you never know. And you stay in that same spot circle, never elevating, never getting what you want, never facing your fears, never growing up, never achieving that higher inner self to be able to have the power to manifest everything you need in this world. So you guys, that's just my little rant on that today. I love you guys always. I'll probably be back with something else, but I just have to speak that real fast. And stay powerful, peaceful, and productive.